If you've been looking around your life thinking, is this it? This episode is for you. Reinvention isn't about a quick fix or a midlife cliche like a flashy car or a holiday in Bali. It's about reconnecting with who you really are underneath all the roles, responsibilities, and expectations. And it's about creating a future that feels exciting, authentic, and mainly yours. Stay with me because today I'm breaking down the exact steps to help you reinvent yourself and step into a version of life that lights you up again. Hi, and welcome to Midlife Reset with Misha. I help ambitious women over 35 who refuse to settle, lose stubborn weight for good, and recover from the midlife slump by aligning their mindset, lifestyle, and identity so they can feel energized, confident, and create a future they truly love. So let's get right into it. And let's start with step number 1, which is the wake up call. It's your clarity check-in. And for me, my wake up call came one afternoon when I was sitting in my house on the sofa, just staring on a wall, and I should have felt proud and fulfilled. I had the house, the car, the right education, the dream job. On paper, I had it all. And don't get me wrong, I was proud. Of course, I was proud. But as I sat there, I felt completely empty for whatever reason. And I would say even sad, but actually very sad. And this heavy sinking feeling just wouldn't go away. And suddenly it hit me. Where am I in all of this? I have completely lost myself in everyone else's expectations. I would say mainly society expectations. Where are my passions? What I used to enjoy? And yes, what is actually mine? Not just what society or my parents told me I should want, right? And that's the wake up call, exactly what I'm talking about here. It's just the moment you realize I've been building a life based on someone else's blueprint and I've lost sight of my own. I lost myself in it. And it's very uncomfortable, but it's also a gift because clarity always comes before change. You can't reinvent yourself if you don't first admit this isn't working anymore. Step number 2, what do you want and what don't you want? This step is about drawing a line in the sand. Think of it like decluttering your life the same way you would clear out your wardrobe. For me, the realization came when I noticed how much of my life I spent pleasing everyone else. Saying yes when I wanted to say no, agreeing to things just to avoid rocking the boat. On the outside, it looked like I had strong relationships, but inside, I often felt drained, resentful, and even invisible. So I started making 2 lists. What do I want more of? And what do I never want again? For example, I want freedom, creativity, impact. And on the other hand, I don't want endless second guessing, burnout, or living by everyone else's timeline. This is where reinvention really begins with your values. And they're very important to clarify your values, what you want and what you don't want. Until you know what really matters to you, not your parents, not society, not social media, you'll keep chasing things that don't fill you up. So clarify what you really want and what you really don't want. What are your values? Step number 3, future self discovery. And this is my favorite part. Now it gets very exciting. This step is about meeting the woman you're becoming and letting her guide you. Think of your future self as your wisest, kindest, best friend. She's already living the life you're building. And when you have a moment, sit down, close your eyes, make sure you don't have any disruptions around you, and drop into a moment of her day. Imagine, where is she? Where is your future self? Where is she working? How does her workspace look like? Is she living in a studio? Is she living by the beach? What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What does her life look like? What is her morning routine look like? What's her workflow, movement, food, relationships, and how does her creative time look like? How does she feel in her body? Is she energized, calm, strong, light? And also, how does she carry herself, her posture, tone of voice, presence? And what choices does she make with this that you currently overthink? Open your eyes and write it in the present tense as if it's happening now. I wake up feeling clear and light. Sunlight spills into my kitchen. I make coffee after my walk. My calendar has space. I'm working on meaningful projects with people I love. My body feels strong and capable, and I trust myself. And you get the point, right? It's just basically to get the real clarity on your future self. Map your future impact. How does this version of you change your health, confidence, happiness? How do your partner, kids, friends, clients feel the difference? What value are you creating at work, in your community, or through your art business? You can also write your success story, like think of it as a mini manifesto. In, let's say, 8 to 10 sentences, script the highlight reel of the next 12 to 24 months. Include 1 or 2 concrete wins. For example, I lifted 60 kilos deadlifts. I launched my first program. We communicate openly and laugh daily. And keep it vivid, specific, and feel it. And then the next step is to bridge the gap. So that means that you will be connecting present to future. Bring it back to now with a simple bridge plan. Number 1, 3 strengths you already have that will carry you. For example, consistency with morning walks, curiosity to learn, kindness with boundaries. Number 2, write down 3 skills to develop to become her. For example, strength training technique, confident communication, simple meal planning. Number 3, write down 3 relationships to nurture that support your rise. For example, a workout buddy, a mentor, coach. If you're looking for help with weight and confidence, check out my free midlife reset guide. You can find it in the description below. It offers practical steps to lose weight and feel your best in midlife. And then have a daily touch point. So, about 2 minutes, read your future scene aloud each morning and ask, what's one small action today that future me already does? And do that. 1 action per day compounds into identity. And this is your compass. You're not guessing anymore, you're aligning. Here is the mistake most women make in midlife. We want change, but we have no map. Reinvention isn't random, it's very much designed. And think of it like this: you need a 10-year vision, a 3-year foundation, a 12-month plan, and then daily and weekly systems to keep you moving forward. So, for example, maybe your 10-year vision is to be running your own wellness business, feeling fit and energized, traveling twice a year or 5 times a year, and living in a home that feels like your sanctuary. That's the big picture. Then you zoom into the next 3 years. What foundation do you need? Maybe it's retraining, building, saving, or getting your health in shape. And from there, design the next 12 months with clear, doable goals. And after that, break it down into daily systems, trackers, weekly reviews. even a morning routine that keeps you anchored. This way, you're not just wishing for reinvention, you're building it brick by brick. Right, let's move on to step number 5. And this involves writing to your future self. So it's a letter to your future self. This is one of my favorite tools as well, or my second favorite. And honestly, it feels very magical. Set the scene, light the candle, get cozy, open your journal. Write a letter to your future self and pour it all out. Your dreams, your fears, your challenges. Tell her what you want and what's been holding you back. Then flip it. Write a response as your future self. Imagine her 10 years wiser, calmer, more powerful. What would she say to you now? When I did this, it was like getting advice from the most supportive best friend I could ever imagine. And honestly, at first I thought, cringe, like, why would I do this? I was so surprised when actually I flipped it and what I was telling myself to do, what advice I gave myself. My future self reminded me, you're stronger than you think. You're ready, know the answers. Trust yourself. And that connection, it gives you courage to keep moving forward even when the present feels uncertain. Step number 6 is reality check. Because reinvention isn't just daydreaming about your future self, it's also being radically honest about the costs and trade offs. Every new chapter comes with them. The question is, are those costs worth the life you're building? Right? Ask yourself regarding time, what routines, habits, or distractions do I need to let go of to create space for my future self? Maybe that's less scrolling, fewer late nights, or cutting down on yes when you mean no. Regarding relationships, who drains my energy? Who fuels it? Reinvention often means releasing old dynamics that keep you small, while doubling down on the people who uplift and stretch you. Regarding comfort zones, what fears or identities do I have to outgrow? Sometimes it's scarier to let go of an old version of yourself than it is to try something new. But here is the flip side. What do you earn, right? This is the exciting stuff. You earn back time to do things that lights you up. You earn energy that fuels your heart and passion projects. You earn relationships that are authentic, supportive, and nourishing. And ultimately, you earn alignment, the peace that comes from actually living as the person you know you're meant to be. That's the beauty of this reality check. Once you see the costs are really just investments into your future self. The fear of letting go begins to fade. Let's move on to step number 7, future aligned goal setting. Now, let's get practical. Set only 3 main goals. Why 3? Because more than that, and you are scattering your focus. The real test is, do these goals feel exciting in your gut? Or are they shoulds you picked up from society? If they don't light you up, don't feel exciting, they're not your goals. Just drop them. They also need to feel scary, but still reachable. You don't want to set goals that feel too easily reachable. They need to feel scary, kind of like the next level, right? Reinvention is about quality, not quantity. Step number 8, action time and tracking. This is where rubber meets the road. Reinvention is not about thinking, it's about doing. Build habits and systems that keep your future self alive in your present life. Track your progress, for example, journal, do weekly reviews, and make sure you celebrate wins and adjust when you sleep. Of course, nobody's perfect. It won't be straight road. You will have slip ups. These aren't chores, they're how you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you're going. Let's move on to step number 9. Identify roadblocks. And this is the spoiler. There will be challenges, there will be fear, old habits creeping back, there will be lack of support from your environment, maybe even resistance from people around you, the closest people. But when you name those roadblocks ahead of time, you take away their power. Think of it like driving with a sat nav. If there is traffic ahead, you reroute. Roadblocks aren't the end of the journey, they're part of it. And ask yourself, how would my future self deal with these roadblocks? Step number 10, which is the last step, and this is to follow this formula: be, do, have. And so most of us live this formula backwards. When I have more money, then I'll do the thing, then I'll be happy. And this is wrong way around. Felipe, decide who you want to be first. The confident, energized, purposeful woman you're becoming. Then take action as if you're already here. And the have, the results, the lifestyle, the fulfillment will follow. So if you're in the middle of this, don't panic. You're not broken, you're awakening. Reinvention in midlife is not an ending, it's a beginning. It's your invitation to finally live on your own terms. And comment below, what is one shift your future self is calling you to make? I would love to hear from you. And if you're ready for deeper support, I offer one-on-one coaching to help ambitious women recover from the midlife slump and build a future they're genuinely excited about. You will find links in the description. Check it out. And when you're ready, watch my next episode. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Do this instead. For women 35 plus, tap here. I'll see you there.